Here are the three things for you to be an effective, for you to know to be an effective developer in AI age. So I'm an MK Muubii, I'm a back-end developer and also an AI agent developer. So I used to create back-end and then attach that back-end with artificial intelligence so that it will make your work and make your world and work easier and make you more productive. So if you want one, just talk to me, I will create it for you. So here are the three things every developer must know to be an effective developer. For example, as a beginner, you might start to think, okay, what should I know to be able to create this kind of website, this kind of application? So here what I'm going to tell you. So as a beginner or maybe experienced developer like me, you have to know these three things very well. You have to know them for you to be an effective developer. So what are those three things? Number one is how to program a computer in an abstract form. Let me explain. What I mean by how to program it, just look at a computer. For example, you are a human being, right? And now, computer can do a lot of things. So you just have to tell this computer, uh, do this for me. I want you to do this, and then you send your instructions to that computer and ask the computer to do things for you. For example, you are on Facebook, maybe you are on YouTube, and you want to make a post on Facebook. So instead for you to go and create the post, take a picture, go to the timeline, take the picture, write some topic, and then you click on post. What you just have to do is just tell the computer, okay, go into the Facebook login page, do this, do that, and create the post for me. That's the first thing you have to learn. Like, how will you be able to tell a computer to do things for you? That's what we call programming. That's the whole idea of programming. Telling the computer to do things, solving problem, doing mathematics, all of that things you can think of, you can tell the computer to do things. Sometimes I used to tell students, if you know exactly how to tell computer to steal money from a bank, you can actually steal money from a bank if you know exactly what to tell that computer to do and steal that money. Computer will do that thing. I'm not encouraging you to do it, but if you are smart enough, you can try. Number two, after you learn how to tell the computer to solve a specific problem, let's see an example. Let's say we tell a program how to add two numbers. Then this is maybe we say, okay, the computer program will look at it as this way. Maybe we first number one, maybe let's call it n1, and then n2. So you pass n1 and n2, then the program will give you the output of this total, n1 plus n2. So this is the program you created. So how do you create the program? By knowing how to program your computer, you can be able to program, okay, take two numbers, add them together, and give output as a result. So now you created this program that can add two numbers and give the output. So how can you be able to remember, okay, there was January 1st, 2021, I calculated this, or maybe Peter in January, June, he calculated this, and you want to know that previous information. So how can you be able to store all this previous information so that later on in your program you can access them and maybe try to understand, okay, why Musa keep on telling the program to add two numbers or three numbers from June 2021 to June 2025 just to go and analyze the data. So here what database come into play. As a developer, when you write the program that solves a specific problem, there must be an output that you want to store so that later on you can be access that output, which is the database come into play. So now there's a time this program computed this, the time and the result. Maybe you want to store them, then that's where database comes in. So you need to learn database. Like, you need to learn how to manage all this information. So when the program calculate the result and the time, then you take all these outputs, then you pass it to your database, and it's going to be stored in a database for a very long time. Just look at this paper. If I write today's date, and I write the output like 2 plus 2 equals to 4, then I keep it in this paper. If nobody touches this paper or burn it or tear it off, it will stay forever. So it's the same thing with database. I hope you understand the concept. Solve the problem, store the output of that problem for a very long time, and then the next thing is networking. You have to know networking, like how can I, since I stored this data, this information, how can I pass it to another program, or how can I share it with other people? Let's look at a website. When you visit a web page, for example, then you write www.whatsoever.com, you click enter. So now there is a server in internet. When you click and enter, then your computer will go and ask this server, okay, I want this kind of information. Then this server will give you back the information, and then your browser will render the page. So you see what happened between this program and this program. They are both programs. Your browser is a program, your server is also a program. Just the same program you write in Python, they are all programs. So but this program wants something from this program, so they communicate. How do they communicate? Networking. And how this program store this information is because of that habit. It stored the web page and whatsoever for a very long time, so that everyone wants that page, it can be accessible. And then they use networking to communicate with each other. This browser send the request, then the server process the request and give it back. So here, these are the 3 things that I'm guaranteed if you know them very well, you can be able to create any kind of program. No networking like HTTP, WebSocket, gRPC when it comes to microservices architecture. And then database. Know about SQL and MySQL, non-SQL, and that's what I'm trying to say, like no SQL and SQL, structure query language and no structure query language. That's the information that is be structured, and there are some information that are not structured. And then know how to tell a program to do things for you. By knowing these 3 things very well, you can create any kind of application as a web developer. So if you have any suggestion, or maybe there is things that I shouldn't say it, please let me know in the comment section below. We are all here to learn.